Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS. Let's get to the news, all right. Folks, buckle up because there's some serious buzz swirling around the NFC South and the Falcons, potential upcoming moves. Rumors are swirling that the Green Bay Packers might be eyeing a trade involving Xavier McKinney, the talented safety from the New York Giants, who's currently on the Packers' radar. Yes, you heard that right. McKinney could soon find himself rocking the red and black of Atlanta. Now I know what you're thinking. What's the story here? Well, let me break it down for you, because this could be a game changer for the Falcons' defense, especially in the secondary, which has been a point of concern this season. First, let's talk about the context. The Packers, sitting at 6'3" with a cap space of around $11 million, are dealing with some instability at quarterback. Jordan Love has shown flashes, but also some inconsistency, with an EPA pass of just +0.3, which isn't exactly inspiring confidence. Green Bay is in a position where they're trying to rebuild and retool, especially on the defensive side. Their secondary has leaked points, giving up around 24 points per game, which ranks them 19th in coverage EPA. So it makes sense that they're exploring ways to shore up that unit, especially with the upcoming draft and free agency. Now getting into why McKinney might be the answer. He's only 26 years old and he's proven himself as a versatile Pro Bowl caliber safety. Throughout his career, he's amassed 352 tackles, 18 interceptions, and 40 pass deflections with a solid 75, 8 PFF grade. His 2025 season, despite being hampered by injuries early on, still saw him play 9 games, recording 25 solo tackles, 23 assists, 3 sacks, and 2 interceptions, with a PFF grade of 75.9, ranking him as the 11th best safety in the league. His snap count in 2025 was impressive at 548, and he maintained an interception rate that ranked 6th among safeties. McKinney is known for his excellent read and react skills, and his ability to make plays both in coverage and against the run. His zone coverage metrics are pretty elite. His zone win rate is around 80%, and he's demonstrated a knack for creating turnovers, which is exactly what the Falcons' secondary needs to elevate their game. From the Packers' perspective, the move makes sense financially. They're looking to free up cap space, about $13 million, by trading McKinney as they focus on extending Watson, who carries a hefty $22 million hit, and also trying to boost their pass rush after ranking just 20th in EPA per pass. The idea here is that McKinney's departure could help them reallocate resources toward building a more disruptive front seven, which is crucial for Green Bay's playoff hopes. Interestingly, the odds for Green Bay making a deep run have slightly decreased from +4.0 to around +6.0, mainly because of their struggles with QB reading and run support. They're cautious about their chances without a solid run game or pass rush, especially when facing tough NFC contenders like the Bears, who have been attacking aggressively. But let's shift gears and focus on what this could mean for the Falcons. If Atlanta manages to land McKinney, it's a serious boost for their secondary, which has already been playing better but still needs that extra layer of coverage and playmaking. McKinney's addition could lead to an 18% increase in coverage EPA, making the secondary more reliable and, crucially, more prone to creating turnovers. Right now, the Falcons' secondary has allowed around 225 points, which is middle of the pack, but with McKinney's instincts and ball skills, that number could drop significantly. His ability to read the game and jump routes would elevate the defense and help Atlanta turn more interceptions into points. Furthermore, with McKinney patrolling the field, the Falcons could see an increase in their turnover margin, pushing them from the current rank of 15th into the top 8. That's huge because turnovers are often the difference between wins and losses in close games, something Atlanta desperately needs to capitalize on. His presence would also create mismatches for opposing offenses, especially in the NFC South, where the Saints and Panthers have explosive passing attacks. Think about how McKinney could help shut down those dangerous receivers and force mistakes, especially late in games, giving Atlanta the edge they need to close out tough opponents. The rotation at safety, with Jesse Bates already in the fold, could become even more versatile. McKinney's skill set complements Bates perfectly. Both are smart, aggressive players who can cover a lot of ground. Plus, with McKinney's ability to support the run, this defense would be significantly bolstered. We know that the Falcons have been looking to improve their run support. Allowing 140 yards per game to the Saints last week exposed some vulnerabilities. With McKinney in the lineup, that number could decrease, making life tougher for NFC South offenses trying to rack up yardage on the ground. Now looking at the bigger picture, the Falcons' Super Bowl odds are still modest at around plus 10-0, but if they can make this move and add a player like McKinney, those odds could tighten to plus 5-0. He's the kind of X-factor that can elevate a team in big games, especially in the playoffs. His knack for big plays, like his career total of 18 interceptions and multiple game-changing picks, would be invaluable in high-pressure situations. His ability to read quarterbacks and jump routes could be the difference-maker in close playoff games against teams like the Saints or the Bucs, where turnovers often swing the outcome. And let's not forget about the leadership aspect. McKinney, with his experience and football IQ, would bring a veteran presence to a Falcons secondary that's still developing. His leadership and ability to communicate on the field could help young players like Cadden Ellis or other emerging defenders step up their game. The Falcons have been building a competitive roster, and adding a player of McKinney's caliber signals a clear statement. They're serious about contending now, not just rebuilding. Of course, all this hinges on whether the trade actually materializes, and there are still some questions. Will the Packers be willing to part with McKinney for a fourth-round pick in 2026? That seems like a reasonable price considering his talent, especially since Green Bay is trying to clear cap space and focus on their future. The Falcons, on their side, have been relatively quiet post-deadline, sitting at 3-5, but they are eager to make moves that can push them over the top. Injuries have hit them hard, 12 players on injured reserve in Week 9, and adding a versatile safety like McKinney could offset some of those issues, providing stability and playmaking ability. Looking ahead, this potential acquisition also fuels the optimism for Falcons fans, especially as they prepare for the final stretch of the season. With McKinney's talent, the Falcons could not only improve defensively, but also set themselves up as a real threat in the NFC. The division is wide open, and with teams like the Saints and Panthers battling inconsistencies, Atlanta has a chance to leapfrog and claim a playoff spot. The secondary is a key area where they can gain an edge, and if they succeed in landing McKinney, it could be the move that propels them into serious postseason contention. So fans, keep your eyes peeled because this story is developing, and it could be one of the biggest moves of the season for the Falcons. A player like Xavier McKinney isn't just a stopgap. He's a difference maker, someone who can change the complexion of a defense and ultimately a team's entire season. The possibility of him wearing Atlanta's colors is exciting, and it's a clear sign that the Falcons are looking to contend now, building a squad that's ready to challenge top NFC teams and who knows, maybe even make a deep playoff run. The NFC South is shifting, and the Falcons are positioning themselves to be at the forefront of that change. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think McKinney is the missing piece for the defense? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing him in a Falcons uniform? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. Let's keep the passion alive and get ready for what's shaping up to be an exciting second half of the season. Falcons fans, this is just the beginning. Stay hungry, stay loud, and as always, rise up.